What's goody to any and everybody who may be listening? Okay, now let's get into part two of Hell House 2226, otherwise known as 2226 Southwestern Avenue at the Fame House. Okay. Now, before I get a little deeper into the antics, getting into the tantric sessions and the going into the underworld, let's get into some of the neighbors. I'm talking about the neighbors outside of the house and the individuals whom I would just encounter on a day-to-day basis. The same individuals over and over again. It's like I would walk past. It's the etheric courting and the black orbs, which drew to me my experiences. I would see the same individuals day in and day out. They would pass me by all day, every day. I'm getting page of swords. Okay, from the looking back, I'm seeing what that page of swords meant. Okay, this network and these secret societies. Now, I do want to talk first about that old decrepit lady. Now, when I see these black orbs and shit getting cleared from my energy field, they are being cleared even more and more intense. Now, they are taking on shapes like it looked like to me flea-ish or fruit flies. That lady, that old decrepit lady, the way she rushed about and moved and walked, that body, it was so much going on inside of her body. The way she moved and slouched and walked real fast and was scared as hell every time she passed me by. Okay? Her and that son of hers. Now that son was a little bit more bold and would have the nerve to give evil eye, looking the way he looked like a dinosaur or some shit. Now let's go ahead and call our light spots. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, trapped within the midst of that old decrepit lady and her son, are released, removed, freed, and brought them home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay. We gotta get into. We also gotta get into. Oh damn. Now this lady who reminded me of myself up in the solar plexus, although all of that was illusions anyway. But looking back at it, that lady had a shape like mother in that chakra. She had some big old wide hips, and the butt was fat. Okay, she had barely any stomach, but she had a big old butt, big old hips, big old titties, and the way she walked, her body did vibrate. But she she always gave me. She was like a soulless being, because I could see it in her eyes. But it was every time she saw me, she attached to me or tried to attack me in some way. I went off on her one day and said, let me see her eyes. I told her, let me see her eyes. And the way I said it to her, she wouldn't let me see her eyes. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up within that lady with them big old wide hips and that big fat butt, who always attacked me with her eyes, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? Now let's talk about the trans girl that I used to see on the way. I used to see this girl traveling back and forth to the. Now I felt sorry for this girl. It's a shame that she went on behind my back and did that magic that she did. She was with that Orisha shit. She was. Okay. One day she said, I just look, just to make a long story short, she had the nerve to give me some damn beads. Now these beads were those beads that you would typically see those individuals that are in that religion or whatever that is wearing. You would see them wearing those little small beads, and it was like many of them that she tried to give me. Um, she had the nerve. I gave her some money one day because I was trying to help the bitch, and I don't know what kind of magic she done did, but she went and did some sort of magic, okay? And also tried to come and put them beads on my neck. Now she tried to literally, I had to stop the bitch from putting them on my neck. I said, no, hell no. Okay, and I did take the beads. I took the beads from her. I brought them home. I brought them to the house for a minute. Oh, I started seeing motherfucking roaches crawling out. When I brought them beads to the house, it just felt real different. I quickly discarded those motherfucking beads. Now let's go ahead and call our life for that. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stolen, trapped within the midst of them beads, or with that damn trans girl, and her boyfriend, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay. How far are we into this? Okay. Who else in passing? Now the rest of them won't really that important. Just know that I ran past them every day. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, trapped, stolen within the midst of any of the individuals that I walk by every day, living over there at Hell House 2226 Southwestern, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. I'm talking about going down to the stove, Miss Mary and her family, everywhere. Okay? Now, let's get into the antics. Well, first, let's talk about the girl, though. I do want to talk about the girl. She was Miss Fake Fake. I call her Miss Fake Fake because she would speak and shit like somebody, like, see, the thing, keep that to yourself, bitch. I don't need you speaking to me. See, she would speak and, like, I would catch her making little faces like behind my back. Bitch, I can see it by a millisecond. If I see it, I see it. I done called her. I called her many times. Now, I done gave that girl a card one day. I gave her a card because she wanted a reading. I gave her a card one day. I don't know what she went and did with that card. Look, just call my light sparks and my friend because, bitch, I got tired of being fake with her. Now I was one fake hay away from like, bitch, you fake as hell. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, trapped, stolen within the midst of that girl looking like a hippopotamus by the mouth. It was the mouth. Okay? Are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and get into the antics of the house. Let's get into exactly what happened during these sessions, these tantric sessions, and these experiments, these experiences traveling into the underworld. Okay? Now, I gotta talk about the first time. I gotta talk about where I pierced the veil this first time going under, using that particular drug. I'm gonna have to say what it was. It was methamphetamines, where I pierced the veil. Okay? So, prior to piercing the veil, I was just Marcus. I was going about my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on. I was already awakened, but that was as far as it went. I had not pierced the veil yet. After piercing the veil, here we go. I'm starting to get visions and see myself, my real true self outside of the matrix. Okay, my pieces started to come back. Let's go ahead and talk about this very first time piercing the veil. I was scared as hell. I gotta tell you, prior to ever ingesting the drug methamphetamines, I did ingest Adderall. That was as far as I was willing to go. Aside from that one time where I did do it way back, where I was being peer pressured by Justin, we're gonna be getting back on that as well. Okay, but aside from that one time, it was Adderall, and then spirit. I got the feeling, that nudge, like they needed me to go deeper. They needed me to take it deeper than the Adderall. The Adderall was kind of stalling me out. See, I would take the Adderall, it would get me into the underworld, but the psychosis was not strong enough. I was getting deeper into my body by doing the tantric sessions by on Adderall, but I needed to have that full-blown psychosis. Okay, I was being pushed towards that. So I got the feeling, that push. I got to talking to spirit about it, and it took me a while to prepare myself to actually do it, because this is something that I did not want to do. Use that drug in any shape, way, form, fashion, and they were really banking on me not using it. They were banking and hoping that I did not use it. So. I gotta tell you, once I ingested the drug. Now, first of all, let's talk about this dude. There was this dude that lived around the neighborhood who one day he started talking to me, and I gotta tell you, he was cute enough. He was cute where I talked to him. Okay, he was coming on by the house and things of this nature. Now, I was technically celibate. We played around. There was no intercourse at all. I haven't had intercourse in excuse me, I'm going to say 4 years. 4 years, no intercourse. I slipped up that one time. Me and this dude played around. He liked to suck some meat. He damn sure liked to suck meat. And he was getting that meat sucked on. Okay? But he got worrisome. Something about him to me just got real worrisome, and I got tired of him real quick. He was coming on over to the house. Just, it was a lot. And I was seeing things I didn't like. Okay? Now, I gotta go ahead and call my lights right back from this dude. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up within the midst of this dude, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. And the reason why I'm even saying something about the dude right now is because while I was in the midst, when I had first taken that drug, okay, and got to doing the tantra, there he was knocking on my door unexpectedly. Where did you come from? Why are you knocking on my door? Why are you needless to say, I did not open the door. Okay? I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, like sparks and soul fragments that got caught up within that, lost, trapped, stolen within the midst of that instance where he came and knocked on that door unannounced, are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay? So, let's talk about later on that night. No, first let's just talk about what I started seeing as soon as I ingested the drug. As soon as I ingested this drug, okay, the rush came over me, and the way I got it was the way that I ingested it was just swallowing it. I put it on my mouth and I swallowed it. Never ingested and never smoked it. I just put it in my mouth and took it like a pill. Okay. So I got to seeing this white mist. All of a sudden, I got to seeing this white mist. It was real strong. This mist that I was seeing, and I'm picking that up as my soul. Something about my soul. That white mist. But right along with the white mist, I was seeing like black orbs. There were black. That's when I had first started seeing the black orbs. Black orbs were all up and in that white mist, intermingling sort of with the white mist. Okay, now I'm getting the symbolism from that. The symbolism of my soul, my soul energy being with all those black orbs that was up in it. Okay. So starting out, I saw the black orb swimming around my and the white mist, the steady white mist with the black orb swimming and flying around. It already took on a different quality, like the air, the ethers, what I was experiencing in that moment. I gotta do this one over. Let's just do this one over.